It's a fucking nightmare, you bitch!
What is up, guys? It's me, TheGamingD, and welcome back to another video. Today, we are going to be talking about something that I think is possibly the dumbest thing that has been going on in the gaming industry as of, I don't know, years ago when, like, EA started doing all this stuff with, like, FIFA, like, back in, like, FIFA 11 and 12, like, all this dumb stuff they were doing. Now, they're starting to do it all over again, but they're starting to mess up things, like they're really big games outside of EA Sports. So, recently they released their new Need for Speed game. So far, what I've heard is amazing things for it. It's a great game, just like all of the other Need for Speed games. But then we have two games that are just, there's a problem. I don't know who is in charge of making these decisions for, you know, these games, but I think it's the dumbest thing ever. Now, recently in my podcast, I was talking about the Star Wars Battlefront situation, where the only way you could unlock new items and or new heroes like Darth Maul or Boba Fett or like Darth Vader, for example, the only way for you to unlock them in multiplayer is by buying like supply drops or supply crates or whatever they're called. So microtransactions, and that was the only way you could get them. You can't get them from leveling up. You can't get them by putting sets together. That's something that Call of Duty World War II kind of, did a good thing. You could get points in the game to buy supply drops if you want, or you can grind in the game. You can get these, I forgot what they're called, but you can use those to buy parts to a set to unlock a gun camo, a gun variant, a new attire, something like that. But in Star Wars, they don't have that. They're ruining the game, basically. Right now you're watching Star Wars Battlefront, the beta from back in like September or October or something like that. But in that game, you could use all of the characters that were provided at the time, which was cool. It was amazing. Made it really fun. But when the game came out, they ruined it. They did the microtransactions. That's the only way you could get anything. And then they're like, all right, we're gonna make it so there are no microtransactions. All right, so you can't buy any crates. The only way to get crates is you have to grind and grind and grind. You gotta have thousands and thousands of hours in order to get this certain stuff. And that made people really mad and made people not want to play the game. Now, next year, 2018, in I think March, if I'm not mistaken, they are going to be releasing, EA Sports is going to be releasing UFC 3. Now, when I first heard about that, I was like, yes, this is amazing. Because I've had UFC Undisputed 2009, Undisputed 2010. I had UFC 3. Now that stuff is all on the PS3. Then I have UFC and UFC 2 on the PS4. And now they're coming out with 3, and honestly, I love the games. They're fun, they're hours of just awesomeness, and there's different outcomes when you do your story. And in UFC 2, they added women, so that made it even more fun, so you could make a woman in your career mode and just have a blast. But in that, they kind of, like in the first UFC for like the next gen, like PS4 or Xbox One, they started to add microtransactions in the game. And it wasn't something big. They kind of had like an Ultimate Team type thing where you could create a fighter, play online. You buy different abilities like moves. There were packs. It was a pack system, a typical like sports game. For the modern day. But now there's a big problem. Now they have made it so even in single player, the only way to unlock new fighters, new moves, and just like extra abilities that like make you punch hard or kick harder, being more powerful, more durable, stuff like that. There's no training that you have to do. You have to buy. I think it's gonna be packs, and I think that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. It's honestly the worst thing ever, and EA is going to start running their games into the ground that are making them a lot of money. So, if you guys agree with me at all in any of this, please tell me either on Twitter at TheGamingD123, or on here, you can just comment. But that's pretty much all I have to say about this topic. Is EA stupid? Like, tell me in the comments down below. And I will see you guys in my next video. Peace.